What's up guys, and welcome back to Pokemon. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the most loved set in the Scarlet and Violet era, and that is Shrouded Fable. Obviously that's a joke, but recently the set has been getting a lot of attention, and I'm going to let you know why I personally bought into some Shrouded Fable ETBs about a month ago, before all the craze kind of started to set in about this set. And we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be looking at some sales data that I've been tracking, and also talking about the values of the individual illustration rare cards in this set. Just before we get into the video, please don't forget to subscribe if you do enjoy these sorts of videos, and also to leave a like on the video if you do enjoy it and you do find it helpful. This helps the channel to grow, lets me know that you actually enjoy what you're seeing, and it helps the video become more visible. So yeah, if you can do that, it only takes a few seconds, I'd really appreciate it. So Shrouded Fable is probably one of the least loved sets in the Scarlet and Violet era, and I do understand why, because obviously if you look at the SIRs, so the special illustration rares, they are a bit underwhelming, even though I have pulled one myself and I actually do think it looks really good. I do understand that people don't really like it, but if you do take a look at the illustration rares, those are absolutely awesome. Especially the Persian, Houndoom, the Duskull line, there's also Zorua, Horsey, and Cresselia that look absolutely amazing. And I do think that if we take a look at the other illustration rares from other sets and the potential that those have, that the ones in Shrouded Fable definitely do have their chance as well, and probably will grow over time once people catch on to the actual beauty of the cards and how nice they really are. And I say when people catch on to it, but people already have. Just about a week ago, things started to go a bit crazy in terms of the singles values, but before we look into that, I want to look at some sales data from a website that I order from very often. It's one of the bigger retailers in Europe, and I know we're talking about Europe here, but the market is very similar over here than it is to the US. In the sense that it's very difficult to get your hands on sealed product, all the booster boxes are out of stock, everything is becoming very, very difficult to get. Prismatic Evolutions is very hard to get, Journey Together pre-orders are all sold out. You know, it's the same thing, same problems over here, everything is very, very similar. But yeah, I did want to look at the sales data from the ETBs and booster bundles that I did order from that website. So I did order some, and then I kind of went back to look just to see if they were selling out or if any progress was being made on the sales. And there's a way that I could actually find out how many they had in stock. They don't really show it on the items listing, so if you click on the Shrouded Fable ETBs, you wouldn't actually get so many left in stock, or like 10 plus left in stock. All you'd see is that they have it in stock, and when you add it to your basket, obviously you can add as many as they actually have. So what I did was I put absurd quantities in my basket, and what happens is on their website it adjusts it to what they actually have. So I put in like 3,000 ETBs, and to begin with they had around 2,000-ish. I didn't actually take a screenshot at the time because I like to do this just with pretty much everything, just to see how much they actually have. And so they had like 2,000 plus ETBs at the time, and then I start to take screenshots after that when I start to see that it was starting to sell. So I'm just going to take a look at that. I'm going to pop those up on screen as well, but I have them on my phone. I don't remember them off the top of my head, so we're going to take a look at that, and we're gonna see how quickly these were selling out. So on the 20th of January there was 515 ETBs left, and on the 21st there were 456. 21st still 331, so you can see the quantities are starting to go down. Still the 21st 229, so that's about 300 sold in just a day. And then we're on the 22nd of January, 112 left. 22nd of January only 8 left, and on the 22nd of January all sold out. So within 3 days the stock went from over 2,000 ETBs down to 550, they went from 2,000 plus ETBs, I was just looking at the same picture, down to none, so out of stock. And looking at the bundles, I do believe I took a screenshot of that as well. They had 800 in stock on the 29th of January, and I believe they went out of stock pretty quickly after that, if I can find the picture. There we go, 29th of January, so the same day, out of stock. So we went from 800 bundles that sold out in a single day, and this is just one website, guys. This is one website in Europe. So obviously there are a ton of other stores where things were probably selling as well. Granted, there was a deal on these, which is something that you have to take into account. I actually managed to get the ETBs for 28 euros in the first wave that they had, the first sale. So 28 euros is around $29, $30. And for the bundles, they were only 16 for a bundle, which is very, very cheap, which is, you know, 16, 17, $18 max. I always kind of give a range because the dollar and the euro are very close, but obviously it fluctuates. So yeah. And then they did release a second wave of ETBs that were up for sale, and those were slightly more expensive. So they were 32 euros instead of 28. And when I first started looking, they were at 1,207 units on the 30th of January. And still on the 30th of January, it went down to 175 on the 31st. So in one day, they sold a lot. So they sold 1,000 ETBs in just a day. And then on the 31st, at the beginning of the day, everything just was sold out once again. So the reason I'm showing you this sales data is because I want you to understand that, okay, there was a sale on the product, but people wouldn't be buying it if it really wasn't that interesting. And in these large quantities, I think people that are buying this much are probably planning on reselling down the line. Some of it would have been for opening as well, because, you know, very nice illustration rares in the set, some very nice cards. Even if the SIRs are slightly underwhelming, it doesn't really matter because they're not the only cards that make up the set, and people are realizing that illustration rares do have potential. If we look at the Magikarp from Paldea Evolved, you know, they hit the Tyranitar, I can't remember which one that's from, if it's Paradox Rift, I believe. You know, we have some very nice cards that aren't that hard to hit. You know, illustration rares aren't the highest rarity, but there's still a lot of value in those cards. So yes, a lot of it sold out. And yes, about a month ago, I was actually kind of thinking about it, and I bought some before I started taking all these screenshots. So the screenshots were very recent because it was around the end of January. But before that is when I actually started to buy it. You can see the videos on my channel. I was talking a lot about how I thought the set was really cool and how I really liked the illustration rares and how the set was kind of growing on me. And, you know, I couldn't really understand why the set was so hated. I mean, I could understand for the SIRs, but I still didn't understand why the set was so hated with all the beautiful illustration rares that were included in the set. And so yeah, I just wanted to show you the sales data so you could understand how quickly some of it was selling for just, you know, Shrouded Fable, which isn't the popular set like all the other ones are. It is obviously a go-to set because all the other stuff is very difficult to obtain. So like I said, I'm sure some people bought it for investments because there was a deal on it, and I think some people were buying it, like myself, just to have some stuff to open up. I'm trying to anticipate the fact that Journey Together and Team Rocket are going to be an absolute nightmare to get a hold of. So, you know, I'm trying to buy some product. I'm pacing myself for my Prismatic Evolutions opening just to make sure that, sorry, I kind of split my word in two there. My Prismatic Evolution openings, you know, I'm trying to pace myself for that just to make sure that I have enough stuff to open up on the channel for the foreseeable future. We'll see how long it lasts. If I run out and we can't get our hands on stuff, then that's just the way it is. I mean, it's just the way the hobby is right now. It's absolutely crazy. So many different people coming into the hobby from different areas, whether it be scalpers, whether it be people that are actually interested because of TCG Pocket or because they like the sets that are going to be released. But, you know, we have the 30th anniversary of Pokemon coming out in 2026, I believe. So, I mean, you've seen all the sets that have been announced. You see the lineup of sets, 30th anniversary following that. I think we're in for a very difficult year unless Pokemon are able to ramp up the printing quantities and really getting a lot of product out there available for everyone. But I think that's going to be a very hard task to accomplish because so many people are wanting to get their hands on the product and there's way too much demand. But I'm just really hoping that Pokemon, you know, being the huge company that they are, have the means to do this, even if it means opening up other facilities. Let's just keep our fingers crossed and hope that happens. Anyway, don't want to go off too much on a tangent here, but we're going to be talking about the singles from Shrouded Fable. As some of you may know, the prices really shot up recently, and I just want to say this before we look at the data, that prices going up this fast, this suddenly, so within a few days doubling in price, that's not a very natural evolution in terms of price. that's something else. So I don't know if it's people that are buying a lot of the cards because you know, they're realizing that Shrouded Fable has some potential and that they're buying all the illustration rares to resell for more. Or is it because the Team Rocket set is coming out soon and people see the Persian and so they're like, oh, that Persian kind of looks like it could be Giovanni's Persian because of the way the card art is. You know, he's inside a nice, luxurious looking room, looking out on a window with a nice view. It could be, you know, Giovanni's Persian that's portrayed in that card. Anyway, it kind of makes us think of that anyway. And maybe people are buying it because they're linking it to the Team Rocket set and they're thinking, okay, lots of people are going to be hyped up about Team Rocket and they're going to go back to other cards and trying to buy those up as well. It might be that as well, because honestly, when I look at the artwork, it makes me think of Giovanni's Persian. I don't know if you agree with that. Let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, it could be that, and maybe people went to the Persian and then they start to look at the rest of the cards in the set and they're like, huh, they actually have some really nice cards in the set. Look at the Houndoom, look at the Horsey, look at the Duskull line. Cresselia is a beautiful card. Zoro was awesome. There are some other really nice artworks as well, but those are the most popular Pokemon that I'm talking about. So yeah, keep that in mind that the price curve, the price increase is really unnatural. Usually when you have healthy growth, you know, cards or sealed product will go through ups and downs, and it's when you really look at the big picture over like a year period that you'll see the graph kind of like zigzagging its way up, but it won't shoot up instantly like that. That's not something that you should really rely on if you're trying to invest. So my advice is actually not to buy any of the stuff at the high prices they are, because I don't think that these prices are going to hold. That's just my opinion. I think the prices are just going up way too fast and it doesn't seem healthy. So I don't know if they'll hold. Once again, that's just my opinion. I think what's going to happen is the prices are going to drop down, but they won't drop down to where they were before. So Persian was around $30-ish about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, and now it's all the way up to 80-ish. So I don't think it's going to come back down to 30, but I do think it might come down to, I don't know, maybe 45, 50. I don't know. I can't put like a specific number on it, but I really doubt that it's going to come back to the 30 because a new value is being set. Even if it's really high, I think it will drop down to somewhere in between. But anyway, let's look at the values of the cards. So I'm going to pull up my collector app and I will be showing everything on screen so that you guys can see them as well. So you can see the prices and the price curves that I've been talking about. And what's crazy is that if you look at all the, you know, the gold cards, or so the hyper rares, or you look at the special illustration rares, those haven't moved at all. It's really the illustration rares that have gone up in price. So if you take a look at the Persian, I'm just going to look over a month period. You can see that from the 22nd of January up till today. So 22nd of January, it was at $35. So, you know, still relatively affordable, still pretty good price for an illustration rare. And today, so we're the 2nd of February or 3rd of February, it's $78. So the price has gone way up, it's skyrocketed. And that's very, very, very crazy to see. Let's take a look at the Zorua. So he's nowhere near as expensive, but once again, you look at the 22nd of January, he already started to climb up from the 15th of January to the 22nd, but on the 22nd it was $10 and now it's sitting at $18.60, which is very high as well. Very nice card though. And let's take a look at Cresselia. So I'm not looking at the graded cards, by the way, because obviously the cards haven't been graded since they've gone up in value, or maybe some have, but I think a lot of people will be making grading plays with the current price increases. So January 22nd we were at $13 for the Cresselia, and now we're at 32, so that's pretty big increase. And let's move on to, I'm not going to do Dusclops and Dusknoir, those have gone up a little bit, but I'm going to be looking at the Duskull, which has really gone up a lot. It was $31 on the 22nd of January, and now he's sitting at $48 today, so just mad. I'm not going to repeat the same thing every time saying that the prices are crazy, because we all know how crazy the prices are. Taking a look at the Horsey now. So $13 on the 22nd of January. Now it's at $24.73. So there you go. And then the Houndoom, which is one of the biggest hits. So after the Persian, I'd say it's the second chase card of the set. It was sitting at $32 on the 22nd of January. And now it's at $54. So yeah, that's a bunch of the cards. Those are the most popular chase cards. You know, there are some other cards that have gone up in value. The Monkey Dory has a very nice artwork. It's actually been climbing up in price. Okidogi's actually gone up in price as well. Not as high in terms of actual value, but the price has still gone up. And we also have Fracture that's shot up in price. And yeah, so pretty much most of the nice, and there are a lot of nice illustration rares in the set, have gone up in value, and they have gone up a lot. So once again, guys, don't take this as, oh wow, Shrouded Fable is an amazing investment, let's go all out on Shrouded Fable. When you see these kind of prices increasing, it does show that the set has some interest, like people are interested in it, and it does have potential. It shows that there is potential that is there. It doesn't mean though that you should be buying it at these prices or buying it hoping to make big percentage gains like these cards are making right now. So if you buy a, I don't know, a Shrouded Fable ETB for $30, don't expect it to be almost $100 just like that Persian, because the cards are doing the same. So keep that in mind, guys. If you want to buy some Shrouded Fable because you actually like the set and you can find some reasonable prices, I say go for it, enjoy it, open it up. It's one of the last and easiest remaining sealed products that you can still buy today. Everything else is like out of stock. When I look at all the different stores that I order from, all the booster boxes, so like Twilight, Paradox Rift, obviously Surging Sparks and Prismatic Evolutions is all out of stock. Journey Together is a nightmare to pre-order. So yeah, if you want to buy some to invest in at a reasonable price, go for it. Don't go all out on it, maybe. That's my advice. I mean, I bought a few. I'll probably keep 3 or 4 sealed. The rest I'll just open up on the channel. But yeah, I think it's got potential if you can get it at a reasonable price. And just to talk about the prices that I got them from for a second, so just as a reminder, the ETBs for the first wave, I got them for $28-ish, and the second wave was $32-ish, and the bundles were about $15, $16 each. I got these for a discounted price because it was a very, very big store. So this is a store that sells a lot in Europe. So they have, you know, Magic the Gathering, Dragon Ball, Digimon, they have Pokemon, they have everything pretty much. They're a very, very large store. They have huge, huge inventories. And so I think that because of that, they are able to play around a little bit more with what they have and do sales and make deals and so on. I think they're more able to do that, but don't expect to find this in like smaller stores. So if you go to your store and you see the ETBs for Shrouded Fable at still $44 or $45 or even $50, then it's probably because they're a smaller store, and obviously they're not making huge margins on it already, so they can't really reduce the prices or else they're going to get hurt too badly. So just keep that in mind, that I got these prices because it's a massive store, but that's not what you should expect from, you know, your local game store or anything like that. So don't be angry at them if the prices are higher. Just keep that in mind, and it's still a pretty good deal. I think if you can get them for like $40, $45 for an ETB, if you hold it over time, I'm pretty sure it's going to go up in value. So there you have it, guys. That's all from me for Shrouded Fable today. It really is a set that has a lot of potential, as I say, with all the illustration rares. I'm not saying it's an amazing investment. I'm not saying it's the best investment. I'm just saying keep an eye on it, and if you have the money available, it might be worth buying, you know, 2 or 3 ETBs just to hold over time and see what happens. That's what I'm doing, guys. I actually love this set, so regardless of whether it goes up in value or not, and I do think it will go up in value, but even if it didn't, I'd be happy to have the product and I'd be happy to open it up as well. So don't go too deep into it if you don't believe in it. If you do believe in it, do as you wish, but I think there's a lot of potential there, and I think people are starting to realize that now. That's it from me today, guys. Sorry if I was kind of rambling on, if I repeated myself. You know, I tend to do that in my videos sometimes. But yeah, I hope it was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. I'd like to say thank you so much for stopping by. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like the video, and don't forget to go back to my older videos. So there's an opening I made recently that I will link up here for the giveaway. So there's a giveaway for a Prismatic Evolutions binder with the poster and the 3 promo cards that you get from the poster collection. So sadly, I'm not giving away all the booster packs and everything because I don't have much and I have to keep some to open on the channel. I'd love to get to a point in the channel where I can actually give away booster boxes and ETBs and so on. That would be absolutely amazing, but we're just not there yet. So, you know, we have the binder. It's brand new. I haven't flicked through the pages. I haven't opened it. You get the brand new poster. I haven't unfolded it or anything, everything's new. And I'll give you some nice copies of the Jolteon, Flareon, and Vaporeon as well. And all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, drop a comment on that video letting me know what your favorite Pokemon card is from the Prismatic Evolution set. It doesn't matter if it's a common, an uncommon, a rare, an EX, I don't care. It doesn't matter as long as you like the card and you like the artwork. I'm just curious to see what you guys enjoy and what you like. So subscribe to the channel, drop a comment on that video, and you'll be entered into the giveaway, which I will announce in the next video. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Take care. Peace out.